Tonight on the Henry Rollins Show, we sit down with legendary author Gore Vidal to talk about the state of our union and the price America will pay for Bush's crimes. Then, an exclusive musical performance from Gogol Bordello. It's going to be a great show, folks. Stay here. Gore Vidal is joining us tonight. Beginning his long career with the novel Willowa some 60 years ago, Mr. Vidal has become a cultural icon with his widely respected novels and unbridled social and political commentary. As one of the more articulate and outraged critics of our nation's current political situation, it is my deep pleasure to welcome him on the show. Mr. Vidal, thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
You've had an incredibly prolific career, novels, screenplays, essays. What does the word retirement mean to you?
Death. You know, if you're a writer for life, it's unlucky to be one, and I am one. But you can't stop. You just go on and on and on. And then one day, the light goes out. And we're back to Rock Creek Cemetery.
Yes. You wrote the foreword to the Conyers report on the Ohio votes. Ohio, swing state, very important in the 2004 election. A lot of people have a lot of questions and criticisms about the voting in that state. Why did you write the preface, and what's important to know about what happened in Ohio?
Well, Conyers, who was the ranking Democrat on the Judiciary Committee in the House of Representatives, he couldn't call witnesses. He couldn't have hearings because the Republicans don't allow you to examine anything they do. They won't even let you discuss it because they cut you off. So on his own, he went up to Ohio with some good detectives and lawyers and so forth to see what had actually happened. Well, what went wrong there was everything that you can dream of. People were not told there was an election. People were told they couldn't vote because they were felons and they'd had a jaywalking offense against them, which is, you know, like a capital offense. And so the book went unnoticed. Now, the second, the media, is totally corrupt, as ours is. And the bigger the media, the greater the corruption. The less apt you are to be noticed when you come in with the bad news that Ohio's election was fixed, as was Florida's 4 years before that. So that's how I got there. Anyway, I came to know, at least over the telephone, Congressman Conyers, who's now the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and I hope he'll be watching us and send out a few subpoenas, you know, to get people to chat about what they have done wrong.
What do you think will happen in 2008? Do you have any confidence for that vote to have any integrity?
No. The Republicans have now had 8 years since 2000 to perfect corruption. It's totally perfected. They had the Diebold machine. They had the black box. They had miscounted votes due to electronic devices going mad. They know how to do it, and they're going to do it. No, it's going to be a totally dishonest election, and at some point, the American people will wake up, God knows when. We do our best in our small ways to alert people. But when they do, they're going to be very angry. We lost the Republic totally. Most of the Bill of Rights has been erased. The second we lost habeas corpus in the courts, that means we don't have due process of law, which is what the whole country was based upon.
What do you think of the idea of impeachment of President Bush? Because that is, I rarely hear anyone talk about impeaching Cheney, but what's always on talk radio or in op-eds is to impeach President Bush, yes or no. And some people say, there's only like 18 months to go. Let's just get him out of there. It'll take too much time. It won't be effective.
Yeah, but he can get us blown up in the next 18 months. I'm wartime president. I'm wartime president. I mean, when that little thing starts to strut around, wartime president. There is no war. Why doesn't somebody stop him? Where's the war other than what you make?
Yeah.
What Bush has done is put every American at risk, wherever you live, wherever you work. You're apt to be blown up in the night by everything he's done wrong to enrage Islam, the Arab world. The Arabs didn't declare war on the United States. That is an invention of the oil and gas junta, which is in control of our politics. They want us to believe that. They hate it when people like me compare them to Adolf Hitler, but they're just like Hitler. I was alive in the 30s. I was very much aware of what was going on. Hitler would always start out, Sudeten Germans are being murdered in Czechoslovakia. We must invade to save our fellow countrymen, unser Volk. We must save them from the wicked Czechs. Czechs hadn't done a damn thing. He did the same thing with Poland. He did the same whenever he was on the attack. Now they have a new number. I see, village idiots like McCain. I mean, he should be put away somewhere. Talking about bombing Iran.
Yeah.
Boy, he's so gutsy, He's a great hero because he was taken prisoner. Yeah, well, how did they get him as a prisoner? What did he do wrong? What was wrong with his mission? They caught him. They kept him in a box for several years. Didn't teach him a damn thing.
What do you think has been the biggest affront to democracy with this administration?
Well, the fact that it has never been properly elected by the people. Fraud got them in 2000, and 2004, another fraud, maintained them in power. So really, it's an illegitimate government. It was not the choice of the American people. American people don't make mistakes like that. We do dumb things, or we're negligent often, but we would never pick. Can you imagine George Washington being in favor of preemptive wars? That you attack your neighbor? We did that only once in our history before these jokers, and that was 1846 when we attacked Mexico in order to
Get California.
Get California. Here we're sitting in the middle of stolen Mexican land here. Luckily, the Mexicans are filling it up on their own. So we may have to move on one day.